Iraqi dinar on Forex is an exciting development. The Iraqi dinar, IQD, has been a topic of interest and speculation for many investors and individuals who follow the foreign exchange market. In recent months, there has been much discussion and excitement around the possible reinstatement of the IQD on Forex and the potential for it to begin trading. Okay. As of a few hours ago, and it is now officially recognized, at least on the Forex, as a tradable currency that is the latest. Some banks will accept the instructions for cash out furnished by the USD. Some banks want to see IT on the CBI. Simple enough? Yada. Doubt very much waiting on Ramadan is going to delay this. It's a matter of the next quarter starting on the 1st, and this machine is already in stride. Increasing the dinar's value will also give the other countries added value to their currencies just by having the dinar in their coffers. It's a done deal and expecting it any moment now. Walking stick and Frank 26. The monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar is asset-backed. Some of you need that information in your calculations. Some of you need it in the float. Understand the monetary reform will be asset-backed. And here's the key, it's not only tapped but untapped resources. Developed or not developed, the mineral industry from around the world is salivating to get started in Iraq. Bruce. Iraq is done. There's nothing else they have to do, they've already started doing their exchanges in country. They've already got their international rate where they can trade Iraqi dinar, and I think it's a big thing and it's really happening, so that's really good. The ISO 200 2022, when that kicked in, that really brought everything together. A very top source in the Treasury told us, our toll-free numbers, Tier 4A, everything gets released, he said Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. Now that's as close as we can get, believe me, as high up as we can get to what's happening for us, so what that tells me is we are right there. Marks. Via PDK, the dinar has been so broken for so long that many of the day-to-day transactions are done with the US dollars or other currencies. They are doing what is necessary to de-dollarize and get more dinar in the hands of the people. They are telling the people their currency will soon be on par with other nations in the region. These other countries have the most valuable currencies in the world. Some over the $2 range. This tells us what their target is. We are getting close to the end and I really hope you guys can hang on. MNT Goa. I would be very surprised if we got to June 1st and still did not see the reinstatement of the IQD on Forex and have it trading. Personally, I can even see April as a target. If we had not been to the bank, by then, I would be surprised. This event is moving that fast. Militia man. Alaq, when he's saying he's got 70 trillion dinar outstanding, he's not necessarily saying he's got 70 trillion physical because they don't have that. They didn't print 70 trillion in cash and coins, you have to be careful with the M1 and M2 description. Value is the key point. At this stage of the game we can't deny something's up and these guys are talking because Alaq is talking. Al-Sudani said hold your dinar, it's going to be worth more. He didn't say worth more than the dollar, he just said it's going to be worth more. All of these things are coming into play. I think their plan is brilliant at this stage of the game. I really do believe what the central bank is doing what we expect them to do, and they're going to keep pouring the pavement moving forward. It's going to be good. Frank 26. It was about 2 months ago the Prime Minister of Iraq, Sudani, comes on television and tells the Iraqi citizens, I would like to tell you I need you to hold on to your dinars. Less than a week later Sudani comes out on television, he adds, I'd like you to hold on to your dinars because soon it will have value. About a month ago Sudani comes on Iraqi television channel 1 and tells Iraqi citizens I would like to tell you to hold on to your dinars, because soon they will have value, and you'll be exchanging your 30 notes. What? Last week Sudani adds again, you'll be able to change them for your new national currency. What? Last night the song got sweeter. Iraq Boots on the Ground report, Firefly, they are talking about that 1134 all morning and all afternoon. They keep repeating it over and over again. They want the citizens to understand their exchange rate is moving and changing. Firefly, the CBI talking about 1132. Frank, do you recall when it was 1700 to 1? I told you look they just moved, it's now 1300 to 1. I said our goal is for it to reach 1000 to 1 but, Fireflies. Bank friend says he thinks it's going to hit 1,190 then 1,000 to 1 therefore to you we said emo there will be one more exchange rate movement before it floats at 1 to 1. Remember that? Firefly. They're trying with new measures to get the parallel dollar rate in the market to mirror the official exchange rate. The street rate is still 1,500 but they're trying to get it to be 1,132. Frank. 1,132 is excellent. It keeps going in the right direction, the fact that it comes from the CBI it's crucial. Now I believe we will see 1,000 to 1 as the next movement. Firefly. We see infomercials, one after the other on our television and they're talking about reintroducing fees/coins to us. Then they told us we will also be receiving lower notes and we're adding value to these lower notes and then they said the coins/fees will give us more purchasing power and when we buy things in the market we will not lose money no more due to having coins and lower notes with value. Frank. Whoa. You are right on the edge from receiving what they are bragging about to you. A new exchange rate that will match a new lower denomination along with coins to match them. This is absolutely stupendous. Congratulations, you are so close. Nader from the Mideast. The 70 trillion dinars, they're still in the streets. Guru Pimpy, remember when you used to say 130 trillion, 150 trillion, now it's only 70 trillion left. In America it was 30 trillion dinars or something like that. In America only, they're gonna have to come out with a very good rate for you guys to return your money to the banks. You're not gonna give it for 1,000. You're not gonna give it for 800, 500. If I was you I would not give it for 1 to 1 or 2 to 1. I'll wait till you reach the maximum. I have a very educated, very smart friend who lives in California. He knows a couple of things. He gives me a lot of information. Some things I cannot tell them. I just hang up the phone with him and he was yelling at me because, he said, did the mosque talked about smaller currency? I didn't want to answer because, if I say things, I don't want to look like a jerk if it's not true or if it doesn't happen. So, yes, I told him, yes, they talked about it. He said, they trying to educate you about that? In the mosque in our Muslim religion they will never mention money and tell you what to do with your money or not. They give you information that informs you, okay, the government send us letters next week or next month we're gonna change our money or our rate or something and that's it. They will stop there. They will not go like, yeah, we're gonna have the 50s and this is how they look. They'll not educate you on that. They will inform you. The only people who can educate you on that is the CBI or banks. This is how it is. This is how it works. Now he asked me if in mosque they informed about it. Yes, exactly, they informed us about this. They never say when and what, why and when. They didn't say bigger or smaller. They said they're gonna change. Marks. There is a lot of concern that this will not happen during Ramadan. Could they be waiting until after Ramadan? It's possible. But I am hearing it will be sooner than that and during Ramadan. I do not think we will be waiting another 30 days. We will know very soon. Goldilocks. Currency reforms are on the table Thursday, March 23, 2023. Goldilocks and Seeds of Wisdom. Thank you, RJ. Good morning. Dinar recaps. Goldilocks posted commentaries and links this morning. Regulations on digital currency and paper currency are incoming. I would say that the best was saved for last, but this is not true. The hardest was saved for last, and we will be separating the wheat from the tares going forward. Currency reforms are on the table, and this is going to be the most difficult phase to witness and implement. But, we are here. Early morning market analysis. Yesterday, the Fed decided to hike rates despite our current banking crisis. Financial conditions are tightening. The dollar sinks to a 6-week low after the Fed hinted at a rate pause. This shift will top the dollar's movement and bottom gold's movement upward. Bitcoin is on the rise, creating a rally in the crypto market. Digital asset regulation is still up for debate. The SEC is currently going after Coinbase with regulations. And, TikTok CEO prepares to testify before lawmakers on Capitol Hill. JP Morgan Payments has updated its global platform to allow clients to fund real-time payments using their existing liquidity 7 days a week. No more waiting on balances for payments made overnight to show up the next day or the weekend to show up on Monday. Real-time payments enables people to fund their payments instantly 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. JP Morgan Payments adds real-time liquidity sweeping solution. The proposed amendments would require the electronic filing, submission, or posting of certain forms, filings, and other submissions that national securities exchanges, national securities associations, clearing agencies, broker-dealers, security-based swap dealers, and major security-based swap participants make with the Commission. It's hard to believe that many forms of the government still process transactions on paper format. We live in a digital age, and everything is moving to modernize its information collection and analysis methods through digitized processes. One of the processes mentioned above is currency swaps. Copyright Goldilocks https://www. second.gov/news/press release/2023-58 Data analysis is a process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, informing conclusions, and supporting decision-making. Wikipedia JP Morgan Chase is acquiring a data analytics provider for startup investors called Omni. This system has been discussed a while back. It is a form of what is now being utilized on the QFS and interfaced on JP Morgan's ability to integrate this on the new open-source banking system. An investor/customer can come into a bank and receive guidance on the best path forward in generating income for their accounts through artificial intelligence programs such as these. Iraqi news. Iraq economic news highlights. Thursday morning, March 23, 2023. Thursday morning Iraq economic news highlights. March 23, 2023. Parliamentary oil. The price of oil in the budget is high and puts the government in an awkward position. Time. Parliamentary Oil and Gas Committee described setting the price of a barrel of oil in the financial budget at $70 as embarrassing for the government. Committee member Ali Al-Mashkour told Euphrates News Agency, determining the price of a barrel of oil in the budget and the drop in international prices, the government bears the matter. He added, "We do not rule out facing a financial deficit in separate periods of the year, but the possibility of bridging it will be during other months." He added, "We see that the price specified in the budget is high and puts the government in embarrassment, especially with its seriousness in implementing the government program that it launched." The House of Representatives announced that it had received the draft budget law on March 16. The Council of Ministers, in its session on March 13, approved the 3 budgets and referred them to Parliament for approval. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani said, after the Council meeting in a press conference, that the total budget is more than 197 trillion dinars, the operational budget is more than 150 trillion dinars, and the investment budget is more than 47 trillion, and the budget deficit is 63 trillion dinars. And that total revenues amount to more than 134 trillion dinars, and oil revenues amount to more than 117 trillion based on the price of oil at $70, and non-oil revenues amount to more than 17 trillion dinars. From Revaluation link parliamentarian, the tripartite budget has not yet reached the Parliament committees. The representative of the State of Law Coalition, Mohammed al-Shamari, confirmed today, Wednesday, that the draft budget law for the next 3 years has not yet reached the Finance Committee. Al-Shamari said, in a press interview, which was seen by Progress, that the draft financial budget law for the years 2023, 2024, and 2025 has not reached the Parliamentary Finance Committee yet. He added, the budget reached the Presidency of Parliament, but it did not reach the Finance Committee, noting that the time period that it takes to approve it is not known yet. Al-Shamari pointed out, the draft of the state's general budget law was sent by the government to the House of Representatives, and 5 days passed, but has not yet reached the Parliamentary Finance Committee. The current budget is considered the highest in the history of Iraq, with a value of up to 200 trillion dinars, at a price of $70 per barrel of oil, while the deficit rate was 63 trillion dinars. https://Takadam News. com/archive/155717 Parliamentary Finance sets the official date for the start of the marathon budget talks. A member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Representative Mudar al-Karawi, confirmed, on Wednesday, that the discussion of the 2023 budget items will start at the beginning of next week. Al-Karawi said, in a press interview seen by Takadam, that the discussion of the 2023 budget items by the Finance Committee will start next week, pointing out that it will be determined later to host ministers and general managers in order to find out the reasons for the needs and expenditures. He added, "The most important endeavor of the Finance Committee is to create a flexible budget that adapts to the country's conditions and the fluctuations of the global oil market, in a way that does not lead to any large deficit." He pointed out that reducing the fiscal deficit for us is a priority, especially since in the 2023 budget it is the largest after 2003. And the House of Representatives announced 3 days ago the arrival of the 2023 budget, pending its referral to the Parliamentary Finance Committee in order to conduct discussions. https://takadamnews.com/archive/1555719 The continued rise in the exchange rate of the dollar, concern in the markets and exhaustion of the citizen. The instability of the dollar exchange rate in the parallel market and its rise to more than 150,000 dinars for every $100 made traders anxious despite the great benefit they achieved after entering the electronic platform to buy currency and sell their goods on the basis of the parallel market price, which exhausted the people. The citizen who hopes that more effective decisions will be taken through which he will be able to buy what he aspires to easily and without exhausting his financial budget. A member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Representative Faisal Al-Naili, said in a press interview, which was seen by Takwadam, that the government measures taken by the Sudanese government in the face of the dollar crisis were somewhat successful, but the state of stability of the local market is linked to several measures taken by the government, foremost of which is the opening of more banks, currency selling outlets to facilitate the dollar exchange process, as well as putting the hands of the government and security services on the border crossings through which the currency is smuggled. On the other hand, Professor of Economics at the University of Baghdad, Drive, Safwan Qusay, explained in a press interview seen by Takadam that regulating trade in Iraq needs a unified database so that the system becomes a commercial system through long-term contracts, so that the Ministry of Trade works in this stage involves importing goods and directing consumers towards them, in addition to the possibility of increasing the transparency of information from the central bank so that everyone knows who are the merchants who obtain the dollar at the official rate and import goods, as it is assumed that they will be followed at the parallel market price, pointing out that the central bank is keen to expand the circle of dealers in the currency sale window, especially for those who have real bills and real suppliers, and thus the demand for the parallel market will recede. On a related level, the economist Nabil Jabbar said in a press interview seen by Takwadam that the exchange rates of the dollar in the Iraqi markets are still on the rise despite the high indicators of the Iraqi central bank's daily sales of dollars, related to remittances and credits that appear good and growing in a promising way. As it increased from an average of $30 million per day to $100 million per day, which is a matter of optimism, but the problem is still related to small merchants who conduct their transfers away from the banking system and away from the platform, by buying dollars and transferring them through private offices that conduct transfers in an illegal way, which caused an increase in the demand for the dollar locally and contributed to its rise, in light of the limited supply practiced by the government and the central bank to stop the phenomenon of dollarization in the local market. https://takadamnews.com/archive/1555724 Former Iraqi Minister of Education, the 3-year budget is a smart move. Link how Iraq's tripartite budget plan paves the way for a more stable economic and political future. Researcher Shatha Khalil. Last week, the Iraqi Council of Ministers, led by its Prime Minister, Mohammad Shia al-Sudani, approved a draft of the General Federal Budget Bill for a period of 3 years, making al-Sudani the first prime minister to present such a project since the American occupation of Iraq until now. The political and economic debate increased, especially after the challenges faced by the political forces in order to reach an agreement and reach the formation of the Sudanese government, which some considered unacceptable and sparked widespread controversy. Here we will discuss in this article the economic analysis of this economic law in Iraq. A government budget is a financial plan that outlines projected government revenues and expenditures for a given period, usually a year. The budget is an essential tool for governments to allocate resources to various sectors of the economy, such as education, healthcare, defense, infrastructure, and social welfare programs. It also reflects the government's priorities, goals and policies. The Iraqi government under al-Sudani chose for the first time to have a multi-year budget to provide greater certainty and stability to the planning process.